Awesome. It's Michael Kimathi once again, if you want MK. And today we have an interesting guest in the house, going by the name Eddie Kago. Eddie Kago is a software engineer driven by a passion of self-sovereign identity, blockchain, and privacy. And his mission is to empower individuals and communities through technology, particularly in Africa. His work is aimed at solving market inefficiencies at scale using cutting-edge technology. And his journey began in the world of food systems, where he co-founded a company focusing on streamlining the agricultural supply chain. These experiences instilled in him the importance of simplicity and impact when designing solutions. Later, he tackled the challenges of digital access by founding an ISP home services company, affordable internet access to underserved communities, and then he shifted his focus to environmental sustainability, co-founding Arifu Alerts, a venture for forest monitoring and reporting using Earth observation data from satellites. This deepened his commitment to leveraging technology for good. He led the development of Vibranium ID, a pioneering identity verification platform built on blockchain technology to ensure individual control and privacy. He believes this holds immense potential for financial inclusion, secure access to services, and trust building in Africa and beyond. Currently, his focus combines early interest in food systems, Earth observation, and blockchain identity verification in Antogro, a company he founded to tackle food insecurity through quality inputs financing for farmers using decentralized finance. Beyond solutions, he believes in building capacity, and he actively mentors and trains individuals in digital literacy and developer skills through initiatives like Upeo Discovery, empowering the next generation of tech talents. All right. How are you, Eddie Kago?
I'm good.
You good? You're not sure if you're good.
No,
You're not sure if you're happy.
No, I take a while to boot up.
Oh, okay, to boot up. You're like OS,
So
Windows what?
Windows ME.
ME. Hey, that's the first Windows platform.
Maybe
1990s.
Yeah. Thanks for the introduction.
No worries, man. This is just what you sent through, but with this podcast, actually, we start from the beginning, right? Before all this, because this looks like post-campo or during campo. And for me, actually, I was privileged to know you through Facebook Dev Circles. Initially, after, I think the second generation left it to you. That is Nanda. Then there was that lady, Caro.
Yeah.
And then it was you. That's when actually we got to I used to see you a lot in the developer communities. And then later on, we met at Africa Stocking. And the rest is history. Because even when we met at Africa Stocking, I was like, Chief, why can't we return the momentum of the developers? I'm so passionate about developers and building, because I believe this community is building the ecosystem. But before that, please, where did Eddie Kago begin as Eddie Kago? Where were you born, man?
So I was born in Dagoretti, so I'm a Dago person, but then grew up in Eastlands. Still a bit of Dagoretti, early days of Kitengela, so that was the last half of the 90s, of the late 90s. Then grew up in Eastlands. That's where I did my primary and high school. Was in Thika. I went to Mangu.
You're passing through, man. So all those are very, very important experiences. And I'll tell you why it's very important to go, step by step. Mostly if you do a background check, even when you are, meditating, and you realize most of those experiences from even pre-primary school, the interaction with the people there, the teachers, the way you started even learning, shaped what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Interestingly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
100%.
So that's why I don't like passing through. It's easier to say, okay, I was born in Dago.
Yeah.
Went here. And just passes like that. Going to Mangu alone is not a small feat. Mangu is like the top 10 schools, national schools. Okay, I know now there are many national schools, but of course it's still among the top. These guys even have piloting in that school. So it's not something to just, pass through. So I would like you to take your time and take us through like we were there. Like if we listen to you, we'll actually go through that journey with you.
I mean, then it means most of the experiences early on were from my parents, obviously.
Okay.
So my father and my mother are purely business professionals. So, and they were, I mean, at that time we didn't have the term entrepreneur, but they were running a hardware selling construction things.
Oh, nice.
And so that's like where I actually knew myself from.
Okay.
No, actually before that they had a small shop, retail.
Yeah.
And it was just like
just normal shop.
Just a normal shop, selling, milk, bread, sweets, and the usual. So after which they set up a hardware business. We're selling construction material.
Yeah.
And that's where I really got to understand life from.
And that's entrepreneurship, actually.
Yeah. So that's the first school I had before school.
Okay.
So I was maybe 4 years old.
Yeah. Were you helping out? Were you going to hang around the hardware or?
No. So naturally you'd find yourself there because there's no like daycare, so you just hang out with your parents, seeing customers coming in, picking things. But then after that, the hardware was somewhere in Kitengela. So we moved now to Eastlands, where we set up a butchery shop.
Okay.
So now the butchery shop is actually where I did a lot of work, helping out. I got to understand the parts of a cow. Yeah. So here I was. I think I was in early days. I just joined primary school, and I think 6 years old. Between now 4 to 6 years, I was helping out, going to look for change. So I've literally grown up in Biashara.
Okay.
So so it's very hard to define the world or my world without Biashara, as we call it, like the Kenyan term, which is entrepreneurship. It's fancier nowadays. I had that interaction with money early on before actually I was studying money in school. So now that's when I got into primary.
You went to nursery school or kindergarten?
I mean, I was in nursery, but I think I only went to nursery for a very short time.
Yeah.
So I didn't last long in nursery school. Because so my elder brother, who is 3 years my senior, would go to school and I would cry and like, I want to go to school as well.
Yeah.
So I didn't last long in nursery, so I was taken to class 1, kind of rushed to class 1 and class 3. So it got to a point where now when I was transferred to another school, I had to repeat class 1 because I was too young.
Okay.
So I was actually going to get an interview to get into class 3.
Okay.
But they had to get me back to class 1.
Because of your age?
Yeah, they said, this kid is too young. Give me an interview, I passed.
Yeah.
I was in the head teacher's office waiting for the interview results with my mom over there. So I was reading the headmaster's newspaper. It was a daily day show and I was just busy flipping the pages. It's like I think there's a 6-year-old kid. Just getting into class 3. So they had to take me back to class 1. So I started life again. So I was so bored those first 3-4 years in primary.
Okay.
Because I already did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, it's just passing time because now you have no otherwise. Which school was that?
So I went to Kwajenga Primary School. Yeah, so that's
in Isili?
No. That's in Mukuru Kwajenga.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it used to be one of the top performing schools in in the province. You see, it was under the Nairobi City Council.
Okay.
So now when I was joining in is when now Kibaki was coming in and doing the free primary education. So actually even getting into Kanjo schools, obviously, during the Kanjo era, the Nairobi City Council era was very hard.
Yeah.
So by the time we were joining, it was number 3 in the province in terms of results.
Yeah.
So we had really good primary schools, but obviously times change.
Yeah.
So that's why I did my primary school.
Yeah.
So so there I am with other kids who were like neighbors and also our customers. So some of the teachers were our customers. They would pass by like the shop to buy meat, or get a chemsha or something. So I'd actually interact with them, give them change, and it was a cool experience. And so we had. So my folks had hired one of the assistants was a Tanzanian. I remember he was called Daudi. So I was like, what is a Tanzanian? So that's like was my first interaction with someone who is not Kenyan. So that's when I really knew who being a Kenyan is.
And a foreigner.
And not really a foreigner, but who is also who also is a Tanzanian, who looks like us, speaks like us, who speaks Kiswahili. His name was Daudi. So like hanging out with him, we were very good buddies. Yeah. But I hadn't realized that he's not from. He's not like from Kenya like us. So interestingly, I've learned more outside the school system than in the school system. Yeah. So which probably still happening outside books than in books.
Yeah. And that's your lower primary school experience. Were you like a playful kid after school, during school? Now that you are passing 3 years, 2 years actually.
Yeah.
Now that you repeated the classes.
So it's only one word, boredom. I'm so bored. Mess around with the other kids. But then the good thing is that our classes ended after lunchtime. We had nothing to do.
Just go home.
Yeah, we'd go home. Help out or just do your homework, which was not so hard. So, but most of my time was now at the shop helping out. So there I was doing things. But in terms of actual activities, Eastlands is not doesn't have isn't short of activities. So it is a lot of things. We'd go hunting. At that time, the pipeline area was not so built, so there were so many. We call them matanje, so papyrus reeds. So we'd go there, hunt weird things. So we had like groups of boys. We'd also have our own dogs. Yeah. So we call them gairies. So most of these things which are like mainstream today have always been there. Yeah. And we actually had very good community. Maybe that's where my community sense started.
Because you were the initial guys who actually who lived there.
Yeah, we were like the first kids who were brought up in the area. So we'd have we'd just find ourselves bonding together to go to Duvompara Road. There's no other way I can explain that. There's no English in the place.
Swimming in the rivers.
No, I mean, I'm here to get like a good word for that, but I think Duvompara Road works. So we not just the river, we didn't have rivers. So we'd have like open areas.
Before stagnated water.
Not really stagnated. So it's like God
created swimming pools.
Yeah. So and how it used to happen is so you have a building being built and there's a foundation dug.
Even today, actually, there are those
and the water
places,
just stagnates and then there's rain. So you just go there, skinny deep, move all your clothes. So we did have like the swimming pool etiquette to have like swimming costumes. But then after now leaving the water, since the soil is black cotton, so you end up looking very weird, very ashy. So we'd carry Vaseline to actually hide the fact that you are from Duvompara Road. I mean, it was a very healthy time growing up because we do a lot of crazy stuff. Fight.
That's interesting. But now when I think about it, even with those with the water you're talking about, right now it's so mixed with the sewage that it's not really even you can't even do the Duvompara Road things nowadays. But of course with the rain, of course you can't miss a spot where you can get that.
No, nowadays it's very hard. So you find guys have popularized swimming pools, and also interestingly, obviously the kids that are being brought up after us and even today are more shielded. So they are mostly brought up by the TVs. So and this is obviously because we had digital TVs coming in. So more content was on TV. You remember we were bored because you only had KTN and TV and
KBC.
And KBC. Yeah. So Citizen wasn't that strong.
Yeah.
It was that niche thing. So and UTV, that Kafani station. So we were so nowadays, because kids have a lot of content on TV, and now with the internet and YouTube, so it's very rare to have them out.
Yeah,
they go maybe
there's
to
so much
swimming pools. Yeah.
So you get to class 4, which now is new to you.
Yeah.
How does that change? Do you focus more or?
No, I watch more cartoons. So that's so that's when KTN was very good with so many cartoons. And you see now we're coming from a point where we were leaving school at afternoon around 2 p.m. So here you are, you're like, so I still have to stay around. I'd still bear with that and stay. But then at 4, you'd rush home to go watch your cartoon, your Johnny Bravos, all those. I can't remember most of them, but they were so good. But now getting to class 4 wasn't a very different experience. It was just okay.
So you're still going at home around midday?
No. So from class 4 onwards, it was at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, with the rest of the school, I think 3:30 or something. So that's what we do. So at that point, most of my attention was on the TV now. In the house.
Okay.
So it was watching a lot of things, a lot of TCMs.
How does that change your perspective about life now that you're more on TV than out there with the other kids?
It's actually the reason why I wear specs today.
Screen time.
So I would actually sleep on the seat, watching the remote. Because one thing I have to give credit is how my mother brought us up. So she was always keen to get us like the best things, regardless of the environment. So we were ahead of other kids in terms of awareness and knowing ourselves. So when these colored TVs came out, she got us a good 14-inch. So I would waste so much time on that. So now the perspective is it was sort of like my introduction to tech, because now you have all this world out there that you don't see in the book in class. Because I would say there wasn't much to excite my mind while in the class. So do your homework quickly. And then you see also this early exposure with adults gives you a better head start in consuming content. So that's how things were.
Quite interesting, man. And by this actually these DJ movies were thing. Which was your favorite DJ voiceover?
No, there were several. I mean, there was a guy who came before DJ Afro.
Tell me, maybe I have my own guy. Maybe he's the guy, but he died.
Yeah, who was he?
DJ Checheman Softy.
No. There's another guy who was actually bigger than Afro. I think he was inspiration, but obviously we have been brought up by DJ Afro, especially
people know Afro more.
Especially because it's a generation which that was our internet, that was our YouTube. So you had this 24-in-1 VCDs, DVDs. So there were DVDs. The ones would have more than one whatever file. So that guy was a hit. Still is a big deal. To our entertainment, going to those video shows, we'd pay 5 bob. And then now they upgraded. DSTV became decentralized. So now you have DSTVs in the video shows, and guys would watch football for like 20 bob, I think 30 bob. So it's interesting how communities find ways of entertainment and still make business out of it, because so we'd have that, but I don't think we ever had those CDs in the house. by DJ Afro. We'd watch them on the road or would sneak in those video shows. So I was very tiny, so I would like sneak in those video shows.
Yeah.
There's like a very thick curtain and you sneak your way into the front and watch.
Yeah, actually after this, I'll play you DJ Cheche and you compare with what Afro is.
I know I'm invested.
Yeah, that guy actually did proper voiceover.
Yeah.
Without so much shenanigan. But he could actually, break down the movie to an extent that you feel like, did he get a synopsis?
Yeah.
How come he understands his movie more detailed than the movie itself? And he used the local context. So he used to travel a lot. Actually, there's someone was telling that story, I think yesterday.
Yeah.
So he used to travel a lot. Like you could go to Nakuru, do a gig there. The same way
like
music
shows,
DJs do, right?
Yeah.
But for him now it's for movies. So the main location for these DJs is always Nakuru and Nanyuki. Those are the two main. That's where most of even Afro comes, I think, from Nakuru.
Yeah.
So most of these movie DJs either come from Nanyuki or Nakuru. So there's this lady who used to have these movie hall. So you used to have these equipments, and then guys could come there, get trained or do the voiceovers. So you used to juggle, then go to Machakos and other places. So most of these movies, when you went to explain and do voiceover, you use the locality and the local culture. So you can imagine when he's in Ukambani, the things he would say, especially for romantic movies. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
So he gets to...
but unfortunately, he passed on when he was really young. So most people don't know him, but it was really, really good.
Checheman.
I
wish we had
DJ Checheman Soft. I'll play you one of his clips. They are rarely to be found because they used to use those
the VCR,
video cassette. VCR, yes. And nowadays, transforming that into digital is quite hectic. Yeah, so you start now even watching movies now that you have time in the house. Which were like your favorite, characters growing up? Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rambo?
We had Rambo. I think Rambo was the most common and notorious guy at the time. And then we had Terminator coming in, and then we had the likes of Boloyang, and Jackie Chan, and obviously we'd go and simulate that in the field while playing in primary.
And because you saw some moves.
So
now you wanna beat everyone.
And that's all growing up. I think we miss that a lot nowadays in terms of kids actually being kids, because parents want to be very protective and to an extent overprotective. So and it steals a bit of learning for a child.
Raw running.
They actually we actually learn on your own and find your way out. It's useful later in life. Because and it's probably why you hear that whole, which I don't believe in, why A students work for C students. But the basis obviously is because you find very bright kids who succeed in academics, not trained to face failure or handle failure. So when everything is so sheltered and shielded, then you are insulated from actual experience, which people call
involves
failure. So and which robs a lot of innovation, because there's nothing that will come out. You see with the first hit. So so it's a different time. Obviously, times change.
So at what point in your primary school do you now say, okay, KCP is around the corner? You did KCP?
Yeah, I did KCP.
Nowadays, I can't ignore some of these details, man. Like CBC coming up, I'm like, I have to be very sure.
It's called KPSEA.
It's called?
KPSEA, KPSEA.
Oh, that's what they're calling it nowadays. Maybe I might be hosting some of those guys soon. I've also realized years are moving much faster than I thought. So you realize, what time did you realize that KCP is coming? Maybe I need to get my my shit together and focus, or this was no-brainer, like it's KCP, multiple choice?
No. So it's an interesting thing that happened. So when I was in, I think it was in class 4, now heading to class 5, I was a very playful kid. Like I never took anything seriously. So I wasn't keen on studying. I wasn't keen on what's going on. So it got to a point since so realized that my bro was like 2-3 years older.
Yeah.
So he was like 3 classes ahead. So he was going to do his now when he was going to class 5, he was getting into class 8. And I just told you, just watch movies all the time and waste time on the TV and make noise.
Yeah.
So
make noise.
yeah. You know what I mean? Because I was like, dude, let's hang out. So my mom had to ship me to a boarding school in Nyahururu.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so that this other kid can study.
Nyahururu is one weird place.
It was a one. Yeah, probably
coming from Nairobi.
Probably explain some of the things you've been asking me, but
you
I know that's an inside joke.
Yeah.
So Nyahururu formed us. So we went there for class 5. I was there for class 5 and class 6. I got bored with boarding school, so it was a very rough experience. So this is coming from Nairobi. It's 2-3 hours away. That time it was around 3 hours away because it's so far. The road was so poor. So there you are in boarding school. You have to wash your clothes. You have to wake up very early. I think that's the point or the moment where I realized that I'm actually in school. Was in class 5. Yeah, all along I was just passing time and shooting the stuff. So here we are. We had really crazy.
So what did you do
in the school?
Now that you realize, man, KCPA is coming very fast. So do you start studying more? Do you start even going for preps and be serious about it?
No, I mean preps was mandatory. So
but people go there and sleep.
I know, but
or go there and make noise.
So for that specific school, that was not an option. It was a very tough school, and it was among the top schools at the time. But the cost of the top marks was very high. It was also the reason why I just told my mother I need to shift and go back to where I was. So now I came back. But during that time we were there, we'd wake up I think at 4:30 or 5
in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning, and it's very cold. Nyahururu is very cold.
It's crazy, man.
It's a very cold place. So we'd wear
the slopes of Abadeas.
Yeah, you're literally under Abadeas and near Mount Kenya, because we were near a place called Equator. So towards so it's a place called Leshao. It's a very cold place, and it sometimes gets very dry. So it was a very tough experience.
So how long did you spend there? 1 year, 2 years?
2 years. So I didn't actually finish 2 years. So these are primary kids, school kids, and we do cross countries.
Oh, interesting. So how many kilometers?
I can't remember, but it was long. So we spent maybe like an hour running around the school.
And everyone will have to finish.
Everyone has to participate.
Are you surprised that you are really fit nowadays?
No, I mean, I wouldn't want that experience if I had to repeat it again, because we'd actually run very far distances across the area, and there were very big fields. It was a weird experience. During harvest, we'd go to beat the beans out of the sacks. So it was a very messy
So the school
situation.
itself had a farm.
Yeah, it had a farm.
Okay, and you are the guys who are farmers.
We were the AI.
So you guys even used to plant.
No, we didn't plant. So during harvest, now when the beans were harvested and they were in the sacks, we had to beat the beans out of the pods, which are dry, and it was a very dusty affair, very hard labor. So and we were still having to wake up early in the morning. It was a messy place, man.
So they gave the soft life guy. They had, but
not really. I mean, so here we were with kids from other places also. The Nairobi kids were few, and you had kids who were coming from around the area and would still complain. So it was actually towards a bit of illegality. But I mean, probably why it's so hard to teach me with anything or any situation, because we were hardened, we were broken, we were too young to even realize that's what was happening to us, and we'd still have to perform.
Let me ask you, Kago, these beans, were you the one who consuming them after harvesting?
No, it was our food.
Then why would you complain? Where do you think beans come from heaven?
No, I mean, this is a private school.
And you're paying
so
for
your
everything.
parent has paid fees, and you should be studying. Maybe that's the time you should be playing.
Okay, I hear you.
No, come on. I mean, it was there are limits to these things. If it's just once, just to experience it, it's okay. As like a lesson, at least if it is structured in the curriculum, but not as in you have to finish all this batch, to go back to school, because the field was far off from the school.
Okay.
So. And remember, we used to be whipped a lot because so even having a 90 was not enough. 92, 98, you'd still be beaten. So
So Kago, let me ask you something. So how did you pitch to your dad and mom? Your dad was also there, right?
Yeah.
How did you pitch for them to now bring you back to Nairobi? How was that conversation like?
I mean, at this point now, my folks are separated. So I'm just staying with my mother.
Okay.
So, I mean, we are very cool with her. Probably why I'm still able to do innovation and still do startups. She really gives me space, and that's how she's brought us up. So here she was in visiting day. She should come for all visiting days. We'd sit there, eat chicken and chapati and the likes. And
the favorite days in primary.
Yeah, and
actually in
like
boarding
once,
schools, not even primary, even in high school.
For a primary school kid, it's too much. So we talk and I'll tell her what's going on. So this time I just told her, now during holiday when we went back, because we'd go back to Nairobi on our own. We didn't have the school didn't have a school bus.
So you use the public
transport. You'd have
transport.
to get onto nuclear shuttle.
Yeah, 2NK.
Yeah, no, it was only nuclear for Nyahururu at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'd get onto nuclear, maybe some other matatu to get you to Nyahururu town. You get a nuclear to take you to Nyamakemo.
Okay.
So that's and so that's that actually. So I started using public transport that time. So I figured out my way around town. So this time in holiday, class 6 term 2, I told her, this thing is too much. I just want to be around home. I'm tired. So you're a kid who is tired.
Okay.
Yeah. So she understood. So the next time now, during opening day for term 3, we delayed. Went I think 2 days later or a week later. Picked my stuff and that was it. I went back now to Kojenga. Now my brother I think had finished class 8 or something.
Yeah.
So at least a solution had worked.
Okay. So your bro now finishing class 8, he performed well.
Yeah. You see now my mother.
So there was pressure for you to also perform well.
Yeah.
And also now life is difficult in Nyahururu.
I mean, it was so terrible. And now you're back home. At least you have some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah. So did you go back to the same school?
Yeah, I went back to the same school.
And now, but this time you are a bit serious
now this time, and this time I knew I was in school.
Yeah.
You see, now I'd already been hardened, or in a sense, I'd already also been given a head start in understanding also other regions in the country. So there are things we would study in geography. So you'd already seen them, seen the Rift Valley, going now to the school.
Equator,
other tribes as well. So and Equator as well. So it could where the Kamaj stick is floated around. So here I come back, still taking my study seriously. Now I was more serious because before I'd left, there's no time I was ever number 2 in school. Yeah.
Oh, but before you left, you were
from class 1.
You always top 1.
Yeah, that's where I was playing around.
Then you went to Nyahururu, you found the guys
so
who...
So in Nyahururu, I was still top. I was still top.
But not
it was also very
1.
Tough. No, position 1.
But maintaining it was crazy.
Maintaining it was hard. So there were times it would be position 2. The worst I was 3.
Okay.
So it was a very tough school. So you had all
so
these smart
bit,
kids. So that's why I came back now a bit,
you realize this world is...
So now I realize this is a Kenya, and Kenya is big.
And of course, there are guys who are smarter than you.
Yeah, and there are guys who actually can challenge you. So the world is not very, is not all for you.
It's not flat. It's not it's spherical.
Yeah,
Anyways.
yeah. So actually, probably, yeah. That's when I realized the earth is not flat. So I come back. So now I'm more jazzed. I'm more supercharged because now you see these kids. I'm like, you are still kids. You haven't seen what I've seen.
Yeah.
It's like I've been to war.
Yeah.
So to anger them. So I'd give them ranges of up to 60 marks.
Like the second person is coming with 60 marks to work on.
Yeah, I was a menace.
Yeah.
So like, because I was like, you haven't seen a fraction of what I've been through.
Yeah.
You know, so
because also did that also give you the perspective of KCPE, given that everyone in the country is doing the same exam and you ought to stand out?
Yeah, it did. So, so the realization of now that we have a thing called Kenya, and the other kids as well in this Kenya thing, you know,
and there's other life than Kwanjenga.
And there's a life now beyond where you should actually, you know, put in all that you have. So, so these experiences were very humbling, you know. So, no, I'm laughing because to an extent I feel like we should even end the podcast because I think that's, you know, but here we are now. I took my study seriously. I did revision seriously. And that's how I realized now I was in school.
Yeah, and then you did your KCPE.
Yeah,
which is Kenya Certificate of Primary Education.
Yeah.
And you swept.
No, I mean,
swept everyone.
You see, now you're in a position of high expectation.
Yeah.
So this kid who's always passing.
Yeah.
You know, you have all the support from your parents at home, from the school itself, from the teachers. So that there's that pressure to actually succeed.
Yeah.
It's positive. Obviously, if you're not fully aware, then it can get to you. So I took it in stride. Did what I did.
You performed really well.
I did what I did.
No, you can't go to Mangu if you did what you really did. You performed really well. You know, most guys, and I think maybe that generation could relate that. Most guys wanted to go to Starehe, Alliance, Mangu, you know, Kabarak. So those were the schools.
When I was in class 3, my mother wrote to Griffin of Starehe. So, because I think she was like, I have a special kid, whatever. So she wrote to Griffin for Starehe to get me an admission in Starehe Boys Center.
Yeah,
that was in class 3.
But in class 3?
When I was in class 3, that's when my mother wrote the letter.
5 years to go.
Yeah.
But she was preparing you for Starehe.
Yeah.
And you know, Starehe by then was a big
It was a big deal. Yeah, it was a big deal.
More than even maybe Alliance.
Because you see, Griffin was still around, the founder. So it was a very big deal. But now when I went to Nyahururu, that's when I sort of cultivated my interest of flying and, you know, being a pilot. So that's when I was like, this school also, Mangu, it's a good one.
Yeah, the first pilots.
There's aviation. The president was there as well. So it was
which president?
Kibaki.
Oh, he started in Mangu.
Yeah, Kibaki.
So there was that.
And Awori as well was there. You see, he was a vice president.
You did that research before, or you knew when you joined?
No. I knew before I joined.
Okay.
Yeah. You see now this.
That is in class 7, class 8.
Class 6.
Class 6. Okay.
Yeah. So because that's when I actually said this is a school I want to go to.
Okay.
Yeah, and started working towards it.
What did your mom say when she heard that you were changing from Starehe to Mangu?
No, I mean, it's not a bad deal.
It's not like from Starehe to, I don't know which is the weird school, but...
if it was to Gaisha or something, then that would have been a discussion.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with
what the hell, But she was happy, especially also because I really wanted to be a pilot growing up and study, you know, aviation.
Why pilot?
You know what I mean? It was a thing. You know, you're in the airs. You know, not so many people get there. So obviously, and we had this KQ program.
I know.
Which was
the one that flew guys to South Africa for.
So you see, that was also good inspiration because you hear this other country called South Africa.
Yeah.
You know, and Kenya Airways was Kenya Airways.
Yeah.
It's not the Kenya Airways that has
now
been
Kenya Airways is Kenya Airways, bro.
No, it's coming back, obviously.
No, not coming back. It has come back. Nice. Those guys made, I don't know, 10 billion in profit, which means maybe they can buy a few more.
No, for sure.
Modern
No, but you remember that period when KQ wasn't dented, the brand was still solid.
2 years ago, no one wanted
no,
to
I mean, no one wanted to buy even
This
KQ
pilot
shares.
was striking every week. And guys getting fired and getting poached to Qatar Airways and Ethiopia Airlines.
You should probably be thankful to Kenya Airways because we have SportPesa. You see, Karori left KQ because of the frustration. He was a pilot.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, so and then he started SportPesa. So maybe you should be thankful too. But
well, I'm not a fan of betting, but
no, I'm just messing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but also a bit biased because he also went to Mangu. So
Mangu fellas,
So there was I took my study seriously, class 6. I really wanted to get there, and
so you passed your KCP properly.
Yeah, I did.
How many marks did you get, man?
No, I mean I
if
passed.
You don't mind sharing. You must have gotten 400 plus.
No, I mean I passed. Yeah.
And did you got an invite or?
Yeah, so
that's the only invite you got, or you got other invite from?
So obviously you get all other funny.
Which other invite did you get, if you can remember? There was Mangu, then there was.
No, I didn't get like 2 other national schools.
Yeah. The others were not.
The other ones, the closest would have been Dago.
Dago is still good.
Dago is still a very solid school.
Nairobi school, no?
And interestingly, I'd wanted to go to Nairobi school before I knew Mangu.
Nairobi school is solid, bro.
Patch. Yeah, so Patch. So there's Patch as well. So here you have.
Oh, you were invited also in Patch.
So there's So the Patch thing has like Mangu.
Mangu it is.
Yeah. So but interestingly, if I hadn't gone there, I'd probably have gone to DJs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really
not even Nairobi school.
I really like DJs because of the culture. You know, DJs was DJs.
Yeah. It's like free will, free spirit.
Yeah, DJs was DJs, man. And then also, so went to this school in Thika, which was very dry.
Before you went to Mangu, did you know how dry it is or how the environment is?
I'd never been to Thika before.
So when you went there, it was also a culture shock.
Yeah.
It reminded you of Nyahururu.
No, it was a better version of Nyahururu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first day, please paint it out for us to see. You have reported with your box.
Yeah.
And your parents.
So here you
and
are.
the invitation letter.
So you first, obviously, from the gate to the admin block is a very long distance. Okay, at least for a class 8 kid. So here you are. You have to and it was tarmacked. I was like, this school has tarmac, from the gate to the admin. And then now you're looking for the Mangu. You don't see the Mangu.
Okay.
Like it was a very nondescript school, a very unimpressionable school. You see, today they have a very big building, admin block. They have a good amphitheater. At the time, we only had something smaller than Africa's Talking building as the admin block. It was a very boring thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very discouraging. So this is Mangu.
Like I could have gone to Patch.
No, because I was like,
Prince of Wales.
If you get to Patch, you find this big building with white columns. It's fancy. No, I know. Yeah, I know, but now Angalia, this experience, you get into this famed school.
Yeah,
it's very dry.
Start even doubting, is this the place where these? No,
but then you're like, probably they have something they're hiding.
So there is also curiosity.
Yeah, there's that curiosity. So you get in. Obviously, you're checked in. It was a rough experience.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any Kenyan who's had a good high school experience.
I think there are a couple.
There are very few, if there are any.
Yeah.
Because it really messes people. It's where you grow up. Most of us grew up in high school.
Yeah.
So
teenage years, most of them are spent
the formation years. So it really does a number on people.
Yeah. So you reported you left there.
Yeah, obviously.
Were you monolized?
There was no monolization. It wasn't a thing. It was a culture.
Yeah. So no one monolizes you?
No, it was a culture.
Oh, you have to be...
No, naturally it just happens.
Oh,
it just happens. So you have Form 1s and Form 2s. We had different uniforms than Form 3s and Form 4s.
Okay. So that already shows
you
are new to this
distinction.
System.
Yeah, the distinction. And obviously now the new so Form 1s and Form 2s would have shorts, blue shirt, maroon tie, and sweater. Now when you get to Form 3 and Form 4, that's when you're given a blazer, trousers, grey trousers, white shirt. So it's a very different.
Then it shows you now you have matured into the system.
Yeah. So those who are called seniors, and the seniors had a different route from the dorms to the classes. The juniors had the longer route From the dons.
You can't go through the seniors route.
Because obviously you can be seen. Your uniform, you have shorts.
That also teaches you discipline.
Yeah, I mean, it just teaches you order.
And not to take shortcuts.
Yeah, it just teaches you order. Because, I mean, you'll obviously be seen. So the most popular forms of punishment were press-ups.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you just do lots of press-ups, running around.
And it sounds like you didn't like working out and stuff.
No, I mean, I was tiny.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I still did it because, I mean, that's the way of the school. So
did you get punished a lot in the formative years?
No.
Yeah. So how was monetization in Mangu? Was it intellectual? Was it brutal?
There's a very big element of the intellectual beat.
Yeah.
But just as in any other high school at the time, monetization was there.
Oh, there's some places that it's really bad. People get sodomized as monetization, which is crazy.
No, we've had
that might change
cases,
your whole life.
No, I know we've had all those cases. But I didn't hear any when I was in Mangu. So you see, also interestingly, that's an introduction to cultural society when you get to that.
That is not that cool.
So not in that regard. So you have this school where it has attracted the best of the best in the country.
Yeah.
So obviously you won't find some behaviors or some mannerisms that are not so aligned with like people who would ordinarily be the best. So the conditioning there was very competitive. So the environment was extremely competitive.
Okay.
Yeah,
so even things that were done actually were to showcase that brilliance.
It was just competitive brutalness, surviving that 4-year thing is not for the weak, honestly. So we usually have this comparison between Mangu and Bush, and trust me, like, Mangu is on its own league, so it's very hot in the afternoons. Like, it's extremely hot.
It's in Thika. Actually, those we are talking about Mangu here. You can actually easily miss it.
Yeah.
Now that we have Thika Super. So for those who don't know Mangu is just directly opposite to Wetavia.
It's in Wetavia.
I would say the most upcoming town
suburb.
That is it's growing very fast. You pass there. If you don't pass there for 1 year, you go there, you're like, what?
What is
this still Wetavia?
Yeah.
So for those who know Wetavia, which is becoming so popular, before you get to Thika town, just the opposite. That's where Mangu is. And it's not even nowadays it's not well fenced.
It's well fenced. They have a good perimeter wall, so the old boys
maybe they did fencing recently.
It's very recent. It's maybe 3 years now.
3 years. Because when I used to, that's my way home.
It didn't have a fence. We didn't have a fence, by the way. It was just it was a rough school.
You could miss it.
You see, also historically, this is a school that was meant for not for the colonizers. Kids, and so it was for Africans. So that's the history of the school.
How were they able to build it to that standard?
So this is a missionary school.
Okay.
So the original vision was to start a college.
Okay.
So it was called Holy Ghost College. Holy Ghost College Kaba. So it was in Ukambani. That's where now they shifted it now to Thika, where it is.
Okay.
So the Ukambani Mangu is where the likes of Tomboya went.
Nice.
Not the Thika one.
Oh. I never heard of that story before. I've interviewed a couple of Mangu alumni, but I've not heard that story.
So that's the basis of the school. So it was initially started to be a college.
Okay.
So obviously even in the thinking, and to serve by Catholic missionaries, Catholic priests, and they had a very good structure. So you had and the school had a good relation with the, I think, Dayton College or University of Dayton in the US.
In US,
which is big with aviation. So that's the aviation link now to Mangu.
So most guys actually end up going to Dayton University.
No. So I mean the
linkage was not
actually very few people know about the link.
Oh, okay.
So most people obviously went to the Ivy Leagues. The ones who went to the States.
Princeton.
But it's to the flying link. Most people went to the Air Force and Kenya West. So obviously we have a good number who are Mangu alumni. Interesting, man. You see now why this podcast is very important to give that background. Because now there are a couple of things that actually, and this is what I realized with Africans. Our stories actually, man, they're either vandalized, they're not well documented. And there's so much actually people, if they understand. Even guys who have gone to Mangu, maybe they don't have some of those details. So it's very, very important. And
many other things that we've done. So you're in Form 1, in Form 2, where you wear shorts. And you find now the creme de la creme of the country, part of the, best of the best in the country.
Yeah.
How did you perform?
It was hard. It was very hard.
How many students were there first Form 1?
In our class, we were all Form 1s were around 8. No, not 800, 200.
200, okay.
Yeah, we had like 50 per class for 4 streams.
For 4 streams.
Obviously, today I hear it's like 1,000 and something. Yeah,
for one stream?
Form 1, for just 1 year, yeah.
So but do they have more structures?
Yeah, they have more structures. It's a big compound. They have a big land.
You need to visit them someday, man.
You know what I mean?
I feel like we should. I visited Alliance some time back with a friend of mine.
No, Alliance is underwhelming.
And
no, I mean, we were cultured into that. So when we're in Form 1, you're told there are only 2 schools in Kenya. It's Mangu and the rest. So those are the rest things.
Bush guys might not take that kindly. But anyway, I visited them. And for obvious reason, I also find that smart guys also focus too much on books, which is a good thing and also is not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because you understand life from the perspective of science and facts. But it's not a good thing because life is also evolving, right? And you need also to combine the real life dynamics plus now the knowledge, package it, and now deliver working solution for people. And you being an entrepreneur, among as many other friends that we have around, the developer community. We have been debating this year.
Yeah.
Should we start now introducing maybe high schools to writing code? And this could change a lot of things. And of course, I want to start from the top, right? The guys who I'm sure if we go there and do hello world, they will never forget. And they can take it to the next level. And then it just, the ripple effect of the community can also apply in high schools. So if these guys goes back home, they can actually teach other guys how to do it or introduce it. And of course, the rest is history. So that's the perspective I have, but of course after this we can, and even going forward we can exchange thoughts on how to do some of the outreach. Also, given now that education is changing, so that means maybe I don't know if guys go to high school, which now becomes high school. What will they be learning there? Because I think they're trying to change things into practicality. So no longer you just study science as science, but also you apply it. More of applied biology, applied science. Before 844, there was now that, where people studied up to class 7. And then when you went to high school, you studied applied science, applied physics, applied mathematics. And I think even the aviation part of it was started basically because of that. Because why would you study physics, aviation, and aerodynamics
if you mechanics as well,
if you don't see these engines and how it works? You guys had which course? Mechatronic?
No, we had power mechanics. We had so that was a weird school, honestly, and it was a weird school in a good way. So it prepared us very early for life. Especially guys who went to uni to do engineering. So we had the technical subjects we had were electricity, power mechanics, aviation technology. We didn't have woodwork. But then these courses that we were doing, we would do like technical drawing.
Oh, nice.
So with the T-square, like with the T-square thing, drawing on a 3 size page to just even design a screw. So that was like a question for a cut. So how can you design a screw using the tools, the geometrical tools? You had power mechanics, the guys would like work on engines and had to like, they even had their own workshops. So it gave us a good head start. And then now, but to the thing you're mentioning about high schools and what students can do. So we already have some of these things already. So you have Science Congress and you have Jody Achievers for business guys. So I would say there's a lot that we miss. So JA is probably not like a main thing because it's also not support, not really support, but it's not originally from the government or from this system. So, but something like Science Congress is a very key component in innovation.
Yeah.
But what happens is that we miss a lot of what can be done there. So
like there's no follow up after those presentations.
Yeah.
But I've never seen someone actually present a programmed solution. Maybe
no, they're there.
Nowadays they are.
So they're there. So from my experience, we did a project. So my project was on piezo electricity. So piezo is that tech where when you apply pressure, you get power. So that thing in kids' shoes when they step, they have like lights. So we did a concept to have to power street lights on tarmac roads. So you have like piezo. So you have piezo in the layer. So now it would store on some battery in between the roads. Then now power the lights at night. So that's something we presented in Science Congress.
Interesting.
And obviously we had like other brilliant projects.
You guys didn't go up to nationals?
No, we didn't. I was surprised. So we got, I think, to regional, so something it was provincial or something. So we didn't go past that. But it was a good experience, nevertheless, because we had to like write a proper concept also about what we are doing, have a short demo. So we had to like type it out in the comp lab. I wasn't very keen in typing, so it was my colleague who
did it.
So I mean I was just this detached kid.
So which part did you do? Presenting or?
So the designing phase. So we designed it together, the ideation, but not having to type it on the comp. I hadn't interacted with like computers as much. The only computers I'd seen were in the cybers.
Okay.
So this friend of mine had a comp at home, obviously. So he was good in typing fast. So that's the only reason why I didn't type. But also so we had to like create charts and have those charts presented now to the judges when you go to the competition. So it was a fun gig. So which is like what we do in business nowadays in pitching. So these things prepared us very early. So we ignore them and obviously they play a very big role in. So there's also another friend of mine who cleared high school way later than I did. But his projects in Science Congress were IoT.
Interesting.
And
some hardware stuff.
Some good hardware stuff for helping the disabled in terms of auditory access. And he was awarded this year and even last year by the president. So he won the Presidential Innovation Award.
Interesting. So he went all the way to nationals or?
No. So this is after actually high school.
So he followed through with the project.
That's his startup now. So, but he was just tinkering with those things. So I think we should also look at who these kids are who do a Science Congress. Because there's a good proportion that we miss of Kenyan innovation.
People are more excited about drama festivals.
Music.
Festivals.
He also did all that, by the way. So I was in chorale.
Chorovas. I mean, me, I went there for girls. So
I mean, that was the only reason to go vibes.
Beautiful ladies. Beautiful. Wherever you are, by the way, Kenya has, Africa has beautiful ladies, but Kenya, music festivals has the most of the beautiful ladies. No lies. And for me, actually, it was like, I'm from a boys only family. So for me, ladies, seeing beautiful ladies is fascinating and also interesting. And of course, at that point, I was looking for a girlfriend. I don't know, these things.
How did it work out?
I had a lot of girlfriends. Pen pal, let me not call it. Nowadays you say you have a girlfriend, people think a lot of things. High school is just you having good time.
Writing letters.
Someone who write you some
calligraphy.
I used to be paid to do that stuff, my friend. But my writing is all good, but when you pay me to do calligraphy, I'll do the job. And also had some perfume, some powder.
The writing pad.
Oh, man. High school was a whole package. I didn't go to Mangu though. But Mangu guys came to me and patch guys who... there are those guys who get expelled from Mangu.
To school,
or this national school. They used to come to that school I was in. They used to consult with me.
Why don't you name it?
No, it's St. Pius Seminary, the 10th.
Okay,
It's
so
in Kobo, neighboring to
Kobo.
Kobo High School. Most people know about Kobo High
we
School.
know Ngobo, yeah.
Yes, because there are a couple of guys who have come there, but also seminary has produced most of the cardinals in the country, the biggest priests, bishops.
Right.
Just this size. I
From
was
St.
almost,
Pius,
I mean,
the
this,
10th.
yes. I was almost becoming a priest. Yeah, it's my story.
What
I'll tell it
happened?
one day.
you like the
No,
girls
it's a
more,
story
yeah.
I'll tell. Because if I start telling now, it becomes, this podcast becomes
It becomes the interview, yeah.
me. It
Yeah.
becomes about me and it's supposed to be you, man.
Yeah.
But no, not to worry. One day I'll tell these stories. I keep saying this to all the guests who come because every time I mention about my life, everyone wants to know what actually happened.
We should probably have a fireside chat with you, with so many people, and then you be the guest.
Oh man,
and then I will shoot
will
all
I be
our
even,
questions
will I
to
even
you.
be able to tell?
Yeah.
But it's interesting. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because people also are conditioned to think that having a girlfriend is wrong. You know, getting excited because you see beautiful ladies. It's the way God has made us. If you believe in God. If you don't believe in God, it's fine. Whoever you believe in, that's okay.
That's
but
how things
the
are.
point is, there's a reason why we have male and females. And it's not something you can control. It's not something that you can hide and think that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So for me, going for these festivals, number one, I worked so hard so that I don't miss. Because you see, when you are doing a play, you have to get all those words right.
From the script.
Yeah, and be able to
all that
express
stuff.
on stage. And you know, on stage now, it's not like when you're practicing in a dormitory or a hall or you are dining hall. Yeah, so it was quite fascinating. Even that school I went to, St. Pius, we had to start the drama club, my friend. We started all the clubs that ever existed in that school. And it's one of the oldest schools. It started in 1955, if I'm not wrong, or 56. Yeah, because we celebrated our jubilee when I just joined.
So that's during time of emergency when Kenya had a state of emergency.
You can imagine it's a very old school. So we had to start those things because also we realized that guys go to church you could go to the chapel like 5 times a day. Yeah. Man, that was too much for a guy who has come from a public school because that was not the original school I started in. So, I mean, and we used to get invited to these events by Kenny Girls, if you know Kenny Girls, one of the amazing school from Embu. Yeah. And we could not be able to go. Insider used to invite us for some of the events. Now that guys from all these national schools came to that school, so they had connections.
Insider, man.
Yeah, and we had sons of who and who in that school. So it was not just a simple school. Yeah. It was private some way and also
it was a private school. Those church sponsored.
It was church, properly church. Even we didn't have a principal, we had a director. It was a
seminary.
priest.
Yeah, that's a seminary.
Yes. So it was interesting, and every time I tell this story, I feel like it's something I should actually tell.
Then, have you ever thought how impactful the Catholic Church has been in the Kenyan formation?
In the world, my friend.
No, but generally in Kenya in terms of education.
Yeah.
So you find...
And hospitals.
But just education alone. So they've been very instrumental in forming our leaders, forming us as in terms of the national psyche. So there's a lot of Catholic order that has helped us progress. You know, because you find these schools were started by Catholics. I mean, I'm not a Catholic, but I've been brought up in schools which are Catholic sponsored.
And it has influenced how you
it has hugely influenced how I look like.
I mean, I've never looked at it that way, but I know Catholic is crazy, man.
Because even how you do things today, I'm sure it's majorly influenced by high school.
I'm a Catholic.
You see,
no, even before I joined the seminary, I was a Catholic.
But still, that high school beat influenced a lot of how you
lot. If I tell you, man, it's a story for a whole day. So there is that. So, Chief, back if I tell this story, we never get to the story. So you go through Form 1, Form 2, and then you get to Form 3. Did you guys select subjects or did you do all the 3 subjects?
No,
was it? So which one did you do from Form 3?
So for selection, in our year we were lucky. So before then, all sciences were compulsory. But then in our year, it was, I think, the first class where they said you can actually choose 2. I still did all 3. And dropped some subjects. So I dropped aviation and geography. So I did history and theory.
Oh, okay. Why did you drop aviation?
I really liked aviation. The condition was you had to do geography studies if you were doing aviation in Form 3 and Form 4 because they're very intertwined.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't a very big fan of the notes in geography class, but I really liked history.
Yeah.
It also had a similar amount of like copious notes, but I really loved history.
Yeah.
So geography was like, this thing has so many notes to write, so many things to remember.
But I thought history is the one that had a lot of notes.
But history came naturally to me.
Oh, okay.
It was
it
just
was
a
even
natural
easier
thing.
to
Yeah,
remember.
It was just easy for me.
What do you think about the grades for KCSE? Or?
Yeah. That was part of it, but also part of it was experience. So it's like I don't want a lot of work by writing notes in geography. So I sacrificed aviation for history.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I had done history, then that would have meant history and geog, and I would have had to drop one of the sciences, and I wanted to do all. So that's how it came to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some people who have decided to do construction. Maybe our producer will check it out, see if we can inform them. We can hear almost everything here.
No, it's also bad for background.
Background noise.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, if you say so.
No, it reminds me of workshop days. When you have to do things. When you have to, but definitely. It's a bit of this. So here we are. We choose our subjects. Form 3, Form 4. You do your thing. I would say things got, was it easier or harder? Maybe. I think it was a weird experience. Yeah, it was a weird experience.
From your selection?
No, not even that generally. Because you're growing up, you're knowing yourself.
Yeah.
You're actually getting out of your boyish nature.
Yeah.
And
there's so much going on in your structures.
In your system.
Yeah.
So you're now becoming a young man. So it's a metamorphosis that's very rough. Especially in an environment where everything is very competitive. Everything is competitive. Like
so even you don't have time to think, I feel like
it was,
I have body Hajj.
You see, so to a point where if you are weak-willed, you shouldn't go to such a school. No, you shouldn't go to such a school because it's easy for such environments, highly demanding environments, to break people. Because it's like performance it's like being a T10.
What is a T10?
No, I'm saying a T10 where you have all these marathoners, all these elite athletes.
E10, yes, E10 in where all the winners of marathon in the world come from.
Capsabet or something. So where you find, I'm sure there's so many records that have been broken in E10 that have been broken in like official records. So that's the kind of environment you're in. So and still you'd find guys who would be best in sports, best in school,
and they don't struggle. They don't look like they're struggling.
No, some struggle, but you'd still find them, all rounded. So like freaks of nature. So it
must have been tough for you, man.
So I doubt I'll be in an environment as tough as that ever. After that,
I can feel for you, man. Like I can see you. Wondering, I was always top, but here, which is feel like I need to do more.
So you really had one person being number one twice.
Really. Well, me, I went to a weird school. I hear there is a guy. I keep telling this story. I think we should host that guy. He's now, I think, a pharmacist. So,
what kind of a pharmacist?
No, a qualified pharmacist. Not the pharmacist. No, this guy who ran for president. What was his name?
That one.
Yeah, he's not that kind of pharmacist. So this guy is called Joshua. Yeah, Joshua, when you listen to these men, we need to host you because to some extent, there are two guys who fascinated me in high school. One of them was called Samuel Wako. I met him a few months ago. He's now a businessman. He did industrial chem. And this other guy, Joshua. So Joshua, this guy here in Form 1, he was like almost bottom. Out of, I think, 100 kids or something. Then from Form 2, he starts, Term 1 is like number 3. Term 2, number 1. No one else ever beat that guy.
After that?
Ever. you know when I came in Form 3, so I was like, okay, who is the top guy here?
Yeah.
Who's the top chief? This is the
To
chief.
compete with,
He's the chief, top chief. Number one, actually, the school I was in, they never covered the syllabus. You study like a quarter book and then get tested from that. It's not easy to pass. Then I come here, guys finish all this, like that.
All the course books, yeah.
From 2, they will finish it
At least,
term 2. And then use the rest of the time to revise and to go back to Form 1 and Form 2. And you know, most of these exams, KCSE, half of it, or 70% comes from Form 1 and Form 2. Then the rest of the stuff, it's called what? Paper 2.
Yeah.
Which is like 50, 30 marks come from now, the rest of the thing, of the coursework. So like, that's the chief. Then we did a cut. The dude gets 29.
Out of 30.
The second guy gets 25.
Yeah.
Already that tells you a lot.
Yeah.
Then we do the end of the term exams. Oh man, the guy always gets 90, 95 in a math paper that you're struggling with 60 to get 60. Is like, no, if you've not covered the syllabus, it's really hard for you to really perform. Mock paper. Hey man, you were like, okay.
Yeah.
It was not as tough as Mangu, but you have to rethink how you study. Do you need to go now back and cover all these things on your own? So, and for him, actually, he never struggled with anything. Yeah. He was not the guy who you see always book. There's another guy who used to bookworm, man. Like 5 a.m.
But interesting.
When you're leaving preps, he wants to remain and study.
Yeah.
That guy never slept.
And how did he perform?
Man, he used to be number 3, but struggling. Like
he forced
you see the way you see. Let me use cars for those who know cars. There's a car that will just move swiftly.
Yeah, elegant.
It's not like even it's going at a 200 km per hour. But when you look at it, it's not like a mine.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just moving.
Yeah,
and then it's
gliding through. Yeah.
Okay, sorry to use Toyota, but this is Toyota. Yeah. It's making a lot, or even more bikes. Yeah. It makes a lot of noise, but it's not just moving anywhere.
Yeah, a boxer bike.
Yeah, you find that one. Actually, it's doing it, but it's very struggling.
Yeah.
So we had those characters. And then remember some guys, of course, came from other schools. Yeah. Of course, the guys who performed were originally from that school. And it's interesting how you got invited in that school. There was no like going to select from whatever. They just gave guys letters, went back with them in the parish. Yeah. And then whoever wants to join, they join.
They join. Nice.
There was no at we are going to select in the education office.
But that's how Catholic schools operate.
Yeah, most. Me, I was surprised because I knew, okay, you have to be invited here. But also that's an invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for you, by the time you're doing KCSE, what was running in your mind?
I was already a messed up kid.
How?
First, I mean, so as I mentioned, so things are moving very fast. So it's a phase where like the 4 years was very short. So to a point where when you start realizing yourself, you are in Form 3. You know, when you start realizing what's going on, you're in Form 3. Yeah. So you, but on the other side, you've actually enjoyed the experience. You've made very interesting friends. You have friends from all over the country. You start realizing the other tribes that you've never heard of. So you become more attuned to yourself and also to society. So even with the trips that we'd make, you'd go to school. Yeah. So they were very eye-opening. The background noise is distracting.
Yeah, it's distracting, man.
Yeah, I do. But so there we were, or there I was. Now, missing like Form 3, Form 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards KCSE mostly.
Towards KCSE.
Yeah.
So towards KCSE, so we'd have all these interesting guests coming to school. So some good old boys, some pretty powerful people in the country, in the government.
That is in Form 4. In Form 4.
Actually throughout, but mostly now in our last 2 years.
In Form 4. But of course, when they come, they meet the seniors.
Yeah. So
mostly,
Yeah, because it's more useful meeting the seniors.
Yeah.
no harm to the juniors, but it's your mind is more ready to understand what they're saying. So it was that. So where you actually get to see all these other different careers. You get to interact with these people who are professionals. You get to hear how the world is out there. So you had programs where guys were being encouraged to apply to US for uni. So to prepare for SATs. So so they prime you early to to get ready for the world.
What is required?
So for the standard admission test by the US colleges. So you have like guys revising for that at home, not in school. But you're already now aware of where do you want to go, where you headed.
Yes.
So we had a joke where we called JCOT is a very good school. But obviously in school, because it's in Thika, it's the closest institution we had near us, like uni. So we'd call it Mangu B because a lot of Mangu guys went there.
Oh,
so like we don't want to go to Mangu B. Obviously everyone else wants to go to JCOT.
It's a walking distance actually.
The experience of Thika Road. You remember Thika Road wasn't built then.
So
it was a tough experience going to school. And then the solar, when now you in school, you don't really want that environment again for another 4 years or 6 or whatever years. So there we are thinking our life choices. So that's what was going on.
And then KCSE.
The KCSE comes.
Were you prepared?
So
or were you in this state where you have accepted? You know what?
No, I was
just
very
human.
prepared. No, I was very prepared. So first of all, you see now you're in a point where you have to think about your future. So you now and to a negative sense, obviously, these tests are geared to a level where you're told all your life depends on this one test. So
can make you or break you.
Which really does. So you can imagine the interesting scenario where you come from such a school and you don't have a very good grade. So even
there are guys who actually get D's from Mangu.
Not in my time.
The least
but in like top schools, so you have like C pluses. Maybe there was maybe a C plus, but a C plus.
Do you know what we used to say about those guys?
I don't want to know.
But of course, you also understand some of these schools.
Alumni,
the guys who get pushed through. It's not that they qualify to be there. But one way or the other, they just found their way
there. No, but there are those cases, but then there are cases where you find people who have their own issues. So I mean, before we even started this conversation, you remember we were talking about genius and madness.
Yes.
So it's a very thin line. So you'd have kids who would actually go and blow up.
Wow. So with the pressure actually gets overwhelming.
So you'd have kids with schizophrenia. You'd have kids with proper ADHD. So and obviously when you get to exam time, their grades won't reflect who they really are. So
it doesn't mean they're not smart. It's just something happens.
So that's why I can't really say that they were forced to be there. Obviously there are those cases, just as in anywhere in society. But obviously it would be unjust doing blanket analysis on them. So that's not a very easy environment for anyone, honestly. It was obviously also tough probably to the admin as well, because you have to also maintain the history of the school. So it's not easy to anyone. So we even forgotten the question.
The question around preparing the KCSE, were you ready?
No. So I was ready, but obviously you'll never be ready for an exam. But I was just ready to get done with this thing. I was tired enough. I was like, let's just get done with this. Tuendelee na mambo ingine. So start for the papers.
People used to revise your exam papers, Kaka.
No, and
it's
also
a big deal.
I mean, with the maths contest as well. You see, Mangu is a school that started the maths contest.
Oh, really?
That's the home of maths contest.
So Bush would come there, stare.
So our maths contour, you would say if you get 5 out of 30, you really passed.
It was that crazy.
I still.
Were you guys doing like engineering math? Or?
No, I still believe to date it's the toughest maths contest in the country.
But where do you pull your questions from? Is it engineering math?
To date, I have no clue. But
should they not come from high school math?
But the teachers we had were interesting teachers. So you had So you had some teachers who were also part-time lecturers in JKUAT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lecturing maths.
I see that.
Those are like PhDs and also teaching us maths.
Okay.
So we had a weird, collection of stuff.
Yeah.
So you had guys who had done med school,
Just want to teach.
who were teaching biology.
Oh.
We had a very interesting mix of training that was done to us.
Yeah.
That was very different. So we, in a sense, even finishing high school, we were a bit ready for life.
Okay.
You see that whole college thing that the school was founded on, where kids from there can actually be ready to start, contributing to the country. That's actually probably what still gets carried on, because you'd have alumni coming back to also probably teach. Who are in uni, who are probably doing education or something, teaching.
Yeah.
It wasn't a normal school. Honestly, like, it wasn't a normal school. One of the aviation teachers was in the Air Force. Weird combination.
So you do your KCSE.
Yeah.
Did you pass? You get an A.
Yeah. So I passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got an A.
No, you didn't get an A.
A minus.
I got an A minus. It's an A. Yeah.
Which is an A.
So, but then you see
but
now
guys
the pressure.
from Bush will disagree.
No, I know. But then the pressure of coming from a national school and it being an A minus, not an A.
No, A minus is fine. I'm just saying from the point of...
But that's now what the system did to us.
Oh, you felt like you didn't pass.
What you're hearing me even say right now is what the system did to us.
What?
Yeah.
No, A minus is still fine.
Not just still fine. It's a very strong grade, but still, you see now where you're coming from, the school, and I'm like, ulipata.
A minus.
And obviously it's work. It's work done, but coming from that environment,
you should have
very, and to an extent, I was tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So getting now, remember I'd started school 3 years earlier.
Okay.
My formal education, primary.
Yes.
So now getting to high school, not even uni, I was already getting tired. I was getting worn out.
Back to back.
Yeah. So you're always studying, you're always performing. It's crazy.
There's expectations.
And you're still a kid. Yeah. So I was tired. So for me, I was just tired. I was almost burning out.
Yeah.
It's what I'm telling you about the environment. So so people bribe and want to get their kids, as we saw even this year, into top schools. But if they really knew, or if they why or what goes on over there, they would actually pay for their kids not to go. No, seriously, it.
But how many people realize that life is not a competition?
No, life is a competition.
Even right now, you see what you are saying.
I would say it's a competition against yourself.
But how many people realize that?
Yeah, but in terms of
for me, actually, I have a different school of thought.
Yeah,
life is not a competition, and once you realize that, actually, you move.
Yeah,
very fast.
But you're competing against yourself.
No, you don't have to compete.
Okay,
collaborate.
Yeah.
Yes. Why would you compete?
But then you see,
pause a minute.
Yeah.
Why would you compete? Yes.
Or with other people.
Even with yourself.
To get better.
At what?
You just want to get better, to be a better human being.
You're not better the way
you were yesterday.
But
are you not to improve? That's evolution.
Look at it this way.
Yeah.
And this one thing now I learned from seminary.
Yeah.
You're here now. Are you better or not? Leave alone tomorrow, yesterday, I don't know, 6 minutes from now.
So I don't compare it with anything.
Yes. Right now, are you better?
So if I'm not comparing it with anything, then how can I use the word better?
No, you right now, are you good?
No, if I can't compare it, then I'm good.
Forget about a few minutes later or anyone else.
No,
right now, you are here. Are you okay?
Not even okay. I'm here. That's all that matters. I'm here.
You see?
Yeah.
From that point now, you start now realizing, wow, if I had this podcast with MK, actually, I feel good. Yeah. I feel actually even reflecting about my life. Then maybe a few minutes from now, you'll meet someone along the corridor.
Yeah.
You'll pitch your idea or you talk about something and they will show you something that you didn't know. You see, now it started becoming collaboration.
Yeah.
And you realize actually, everyone has something to offer. Now you start looking like from the collaboration instead of, I'm better than this. Maybe I wasn't better 5 minutes ago. I'll get better tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you start becoming, this is it. Now you start even enjoying the moment.
So in a sense, contentment.
You're more happier.
Yeah.
You're more fulfilled. And I'm not saying just relax and now people might confuse that by saying, okay, relax and wait. No. I'm saying be present.
Yeah.
If you're having this conversation, this is what matters in the world.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Yes, and what I'm saying is my truth, and I stand with it.
Yeah.
I might have forgotten a few things here, but it doesn't mean it's life and death. And if 5 minutes later I say something better, it's fine. You realize, wow, life all of a sudden changes. And even when you don't have, when you have more, when you have less, it doesn't make any difference. It's just that moment, that was the situation. And that situation can change, but you allow it to happen. Right?
I mean, situations will always happen, whether you allow them or not,
You see, that's the point.
Because we don't exist. We don't exist in isolation. We have other things happening around us.
And a good thing, maybe a good example. Look at even the guys who do national exams from national schools. And all of them get A's. A's of maybe 99. Even let's make it better. 99, right?
No, 99,
so all these guys can make it 99. So, of course, the guys who get proper A's, no debates. It's just they couldn't get 100.
Leggy candies.
All right. So they all apply to, I don't know, Princeton, Harvard, MIT. If that guy doesn't go through, they think they are not better. Do you see now what competition does?
That's what it does.
And that can affect you for the rest of your life. Thinking, I wasn't better than this guy. And it's just because at that particular moment, the nature chose that person who qualified. And nature chose you for something else, maybe even better.
Maybe you didn't even wake up on the right side, or maybe you're
not even waking up. It's just the way things were at that particular point. The person who was looking at that application, they made that decision not based because you're not better or you're good or whatever. They thought this is it. The rest, sometimes even they never looked at. People apply for jobs. People apply for different things. It doesn't mean because you don't get it, you are less than the other people. It just means for some reason, maybe life chose you for something else better or something that actually you deserve. And then you start now looking at the world collaborative, whereby you see Eddie, you don't see Eddie of Want to Grow, Eddie went to Mangu, or Eddie went to Strathmore. But Eddie as a person.
As a person, who remains after all that.
Yes, that's one thing that I learned from seminary, that every moment counts. Regardless, even sometimes you might sit still and meditate. Someone might say you're wasting time. But reflecting on yourself is something. It shows who you are. And you don't judge yourself harshly. Because maybe if right now you get a stomachache, would you go anywhere?
No, you'll just chill.
You just chill. But does it mean now you are useless?
No, but you see, it's probably the Opus Dei training or inspired training that have been a bit out of touch with, which they should probably, because it's still Catholic, of reflection, meditation, actually being in tune with you and I mean, if you've fought your demons enough, then now you can start talking to God. Because
actually you can't talk to God, you know that.
What can you do?
God can only talk to you.
God can only talk to you.
But you have to listen.
But why?
It's an interesting psychology or philosophy.
It's still
whereby when people pray, they say they are talking to God. But ideally what you are doing is just expressing yourself.
But talking with God.
But if you listen, and that's why sometimes reflection and meditation is very important. For those who are listening, this is a lesson you learn the hard way. Because people pray and expect things to happen. But God does not do anything because you asked.
Like command prompt, And
God is not a computer. So rather what you're supposed to do, God always knows your situation. If you pray, if you don't say anything, he knows. The only thing that he's looking for is free will for you to accept.
No, but then I mean, there's also the chance of us having self-will, and our own will to chart our life path. So
True, absolutely,
and obviously the space we operate in terms of like time is obviously very different from divine space, where you probably tell something to God or ask God something. Obviously, his response or answer or feedback will obviously differ because you're operating from different spaces. You're physical, he's not physical.
Yes.
He's all knowing and all that. So it's you're still left with your own self-will, with your own will, which even God himself doesn't go against.
Yes.
So choice is still a very big determinant of where people are or where people want to be.
100%.
Because you might be in a very sorry state, and if you blindly apply the philosophy you're talking about, then you will still remain in that sorry state because you don't think you have the choice. You just think it just is, things are just happening to me and I should just chill and, flow with, they say only dead fish flow with the river.
Let me tell you something.
It's subjective.
You have said something very powerful. It's just that you need to take a minute, just a few seconds to decipher. There are different ways of processing information. And one of those is where you hear something and you take it from the face value, whereby it's exactly how it is. I'm not saying relax and chill. No, I'm saying whatever you do, keep doing it. Right? But also, whatever you ask, wait for the response.
Oh, sure.
But does not mean sit and wait.
No,
continue the process. Allow God to intervene. For instance, I'll say you have a startup, which we'll get to in a few. And maybe you're looking for funds to scale and all that. You have these pitch decks you have sent to 100 or 1,000 investors. Would you just chill and wait?
And wait for them to...
No. You keep sending and refining them.
No,
and
you keep doing your job, not waiting, not sending anymore. Just keep doing your job.
Absolutely.
If they catch up with you, good for them.
Assuming you have built, if it's a platform, it's complete. If it's customers, you've already engaged them. If it's you deal with farmers, right? You've talked to them, you've gone to the societies. You cannot force them to say, now you are using your platform.
We'll get to that.
You understand? And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting analogy. Because also I've seen people actually get impatient on when things should happen. But to some extent, we are in control, but we also have to allow other free will to be in place as our free will.
To be in control as well.
To be in control.
And
now that's where now God comes in, or the higher being, right? Because interestingly, one thing I learned in seminary that God cannot intervene where you don't want him to. Is that it's okay? You would think what you're doing is fine. I bless it. Go ahead and do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So in that sense, you find a lot of things actually become more collaborative. And that's why I love communities, by the way, whereby if you are more than 10, everyone brings a small piece. So if you were able to put that piece together, it becomes a big thing beyond even what you could imagine. But what if you are the one who thinks I am the big deal? You can only do one person.
So much,
Yes, and you can even burn out in the process. But when you realize, Eddie can offer a solution in agri-tech. That guy can offer a backend. That guy can offer front end. That guy can, and that's how companies are built. UI, this guy in design, marketing. You see, now when you put that together, it becomes a very big, powerful thing. Yes. So besides that, it's good actually we have talked about that because it will determine a lot of things that we will say afterwards. You graduate and you join Strathmore, no?
Not directly.
Okay. Please tell, it's your story to tell.
No, you know what I mean. So I clear high school I really want to do architecture. I reached out to one of the top architects in the country, who happened to also be an old boy of the school, and he gave me a chance.
Yeah.
So
in his farm?
In his farm, yeah.
Okay.
So I was an intern. Don't know if that was the right word, because I wasn't from uni. I was just from high school. I didn't even have an ID card, but I was more of KYM. So I was doing everything. So he gave me a chance. I worked in his office in terms of preparing the documents, the files. So I learned a good sense of ArchiCAD, which is a software to design like architectural, buildings and designs. We did a few projects with him. We go to meetings. I'd write minutes for him, because the architect is the chair of the construction consortium.
Okay.
So you have all these other professionals. So you have the mechanical engineer, the structural engineer, the electrical engineer, you have the contractor, and you have the client. And any other, maybe a surveyor, quantity surveyor. So all in one consortium, and they would have like regular site meetings. So we go to site meetings together, and see what's going on. So it was so inspiring. And we'd always go with him
in every meeting, in every site.
Yeah. So I would be his KYM to write minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, while writing, I would now start understanding what's going on.
Okay.
So yeah. So I got a good understanding of the different areas that go on in construction.
Yeah.
So from tendering, I'd be sent. There were times I would be sent to take like tender documents to deliver them to a client.
Yeah.
Before like the submission, I'd go also for the tender opening.
Yeah.
It's just a Form 4 kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have my cases.
That is the gap year.
No gap year,
Okay.
like gap months.
Okay.
There were a few months in between.
Okay.
So I was so busy then. So I was So I was just. So even in high school, I was like, when will I finish and start just life?
Okay.
How do I start becoming an adult? I also just be this adult thing. So when do I start?
Yeah.
So I'd go there, and man, it was the most impactful experience I had professionally. Still remains. Yeah, of all the things I've done interesting things in software, but that period could be maybe 4 months, 3-4 months, were the most impactful I've had. So that's when I actually knew how to type properly.
Okay.
Like Word applications.
So you used to take the notes on the laptop?
Yeah, no. On a writing pad,
and then transform them to soft copy.
When you go to the office, that's when I would write them in Word. Okay. That's where I learned how to send an email.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he taught me how to send an email,
Yeah.
how to address
How to
someone in an
format.
email.
Yeah.
Because he's a senior man.
Okay.
So and he's also a senior professional.
And there's what you learned in school.
No, what did I learn?
In English, you learn
English,
how to format letters and all that
Yeah, but
stuff.
that didn't apply. Yeah. You see, this period I took was the most impactful period.
Yeah.
Like and I've it just occurred to me because I've never given it so much thought, but it really is. So that's so you can imagine how to write an email, and also a lot of information coming very fast. So we go to meetings, you have to process things quickly, you have to like take questions for him and follow up on things with him and where this thing is. So I was doing a lot of things.
Yeah, at the same time
with no job description.
Okay.
So it was free learning.
Okay.
It was literally free learning, free education, which I appreciate a lot.
But how did you get to know this is the top architect and they had visited the school? What was the connection?
No, so he had visited the school. Interestingly, I don't even remember. So he had given a speech for like an alumni speech.
Okay.
As a chief guest in our prize giving day.
Oh, and then you exchanged contacts?
No. I just followed up afterwards.
Okay.
So when I graduated, I found I just talked to people around, and I was like, how do I get in touch with him? So someone got me in touch with him.
Okay.
And that's also he was
That's the
impressed.
connection. Okay.
He was like, hey, this young kid really admires what I'm doing and wants to get there as well.
Yeah.
So that's a connection. And at the time he was also the chair of the Architectural Association of Kenya. Yeah, so
Quite powerful.
Yeah,
Like to go to meet all the big guys in the country.
No, I mean, it was a good experience.
Yeah. But do you say?
No, I mean, no. You can imagine how far it kicks you ahead.
Yeah.
Joining uni.
Yeah.
So you join uni as someone who's already exposed. So all these other guys are coming in from home and being babies.
Okay.
So you're already ahead.
Oh, in the industry, it's not.
You've
joke.
already worked. Literally. Like you already have work experience and life experience.
Yeah.
So so it was a massive head start.
Yeah. So, Kago, this is interesting. So for you, I know you believe so much in mentorship and stuff.
Yeah.
And on the side, actually, I've talked where you have mentors.
Yeah.
They're telling you this. Also you have some guys you're mentoring and stuff who have really gone to do amazing stuff in the world.
Yeah.
Me, I don't believe in mentorship. Let's start there. So I'm a believer of apprenticeship. And I have no problem with anyone who, believes in the mentorship process. And I have my reason, they have their reasons.
No, I hear you,
So at this point, you got mentored into the industry by the top guy who is doing, who is head of other top guys.
Yeah.
Did you go ahead and join the School of Architecture?
No, I didn't.
ADD.
No, I didn't.
There's only, I don't know if there's any other.
No, it was
architecture
ADD
school.
and JQuat.
JQuat, they do architecture.
Yes, JQuat has an architectural program. Yeah.
What happened?
I do. I mean, I think it's a getting bored thing. I got bored.
It became so obvious.
Not obvious. I realized it takes so long.
Okay. How many years? 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years. You still have to intern or become an apprentice somewhere. And I was like, there's a very big distance between me and the money.
And remember that story where you are an entrepreneur, or the baby of an entrepreneur.
So
you saw money.
So me, just know Biashara. So I was like, this thing, when do we start making money?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, this thing,
Yeah,
it won't work.
Yeah. And then you also tired by these 16 years of your life.
Yeah, so I was really also getting...
Actually, 12 years.
Yeah, it was not like the Lupita one, but 12 years. Yeah, so yeah, maybe more.
Yeah,
maybe
because of the 2 years that you... Maybe 14 years.
Yeah. Several. So... so I didn't go to work school to ADD or JQuat. Go to Strathmore.
How did you get to Strathmore? Did you go and ask guys, is this a Catholic school? Check.
No, I mean,
can I do computing? Did you do BBIT or computer science? BBIT.
There was no computer science.
Okay.
It was only informatics. Computer science came very recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do computer science there nowadays.
So now, I mean, obviously, because of time now, the school has developed, has good resources. So now they actually do a proper computer science degree.
Okay.
So first it was BBIT, informatics and telecommunications.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in tech. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So how was it? What was the criteria did you use to join Strathmore?
Academics, obviously. Yeah, academics. And I was also blessed or lucky or privileged. So I got a merit scholarship.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. They invited you from Mangu or?
No, I applied.
You applied. Okay.
I applied
with all your credentials
and interesting. Yeah, so you see now I have luckily had some experience working.
Okay.
So why and so to your point of not believing in mentorship, ironically to your world, it's a mentor who forced me to apply to Strathmore.
Oh, okay, I see.
Who forced me?
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like, I've seen something and I think you should apply. And I was like, nah.
You have to apply.
Yeah, so he forced me, and yeah.
Did he whip you?
No, I mean,
but he
no. He just said that I think you can do more than what you think you're doing.
Okay.
So just apply. It's a good school. My son went there, so just apply.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I applied, but he's a tough man. He's a Meru.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I applied.
You had to say it's a mayor.
No, I mean,
it's
he's
a
a-
mayor to emphasize on the toughness.
Yeah, but I mean, thank God for him. He was, so that's my former reverend. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so-
and you got it.
yeah. So I got in.
And I hear there's terminologies they use as Strathmore
what terminologies?
for the best kids.
Oh, like Dean's List or something.
Something like that.
I
You've
mean,
always been the dean's list, you say?
it was so I get there. I see this BBAT thing. I hadn't really taken computer seriously before. I don't use like computer seriously creating a Facebook account.
And
was
doing
years
the
before,
notes.
Which were in the comp lab. So I hadn't like really used computers.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, and I hadn't done comp studies in high school. So I did this thing. Thankfully it worked out.
Working out is first class, eh?
No, I mean,
That's what working out is nowadays. Okay.
No, but you know,
Interestingly, by the guys who sit where you're seated, and they have done really well.
yeah.
I don't know if they have. There's a terminology in psychology where you detach from reality.
Never had it.
Someone got a first class or they got an A,
Yeah.
but when it's a big deal.
No, you know,
for them, it's
yeah.
not a big deal. I'm like, okay.
No, I think it's a thing of always wanting to improve yourself.
Now where?
So that's history.
To what?
So you want to, improve.
But you got
cash.
first class. What else could you get?
No, I'm saying like now the next level in life, you want to improve yourself.
No, at this particular. No, that's why. Now you remember what I talked about.
you know what I mean,
At
yeah.
that particular point.
Yeah.
What would you improve yourself to?
I mean,
Is there like a first class plus or?
no, but then you see now the funny thing after first year of uni, so we get sent. Could you please reduce the background music? Yeah,
I can't hear it myself. So
no, I maybe because you're used to it, but it's just too much. So now after first year, so we finish. I guess I sent a letter by I think he was a director of research in the faculty. So he sends an email. He says, you did well, and we are pleased to offer you an internship at the school.
Yeah.
So the school had several research labs.
Yeah.
So one of the research labs was doing a lot of health information systems.
Yes.
So myself and like four other guys were given an internship there by virtue of being top in the year. So we were 2 from our course, 3 from the other course, and it was our first job. So that's when I got my first job in second year before I even joined second year.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was actually coding.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had to build a system from scratch for it was a health management system.
But you must be very good for you to get such a gig.
No, we learned on the job. so the
But
first,
of course, even for getting selected, there is something actually they must have seen.
They took the top students. Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so for you throughout 4 years, to say the least, you've always been the top student.
I'm not sure, but I mean, it worked out.
What do you mean you're not sure?
So,
is there a year that you flopped?
No, not flopping, but actually knowing who was the top is very hard. So we only knew for that one because they wrote a letter and said, you guys are among the top. You
guys never get results?
No, it was, so the results were on the system. So we have an academic management system.
Yeah.
So
And
everyone gets
just
their
get
own
yours.
personal results.
So you never know who is the top.
You'll never have like a public list.
Until the 4th year?
Yeah, until 4th year. So you actually know. So you would know. So now when you become top 3, there was a thing called fee rebate. So a fee rebate is you're given a discount on your school fees.
Okay.
Yeah, if you become top 3. So obviously number 1 has a more percentage, number 3 has a less, has a list. So that's the only way people would like signal and know
who is top performer.
So people would know.
That's like 3 people out of maybe 100 students.
Maybe around 200 or so.
200 students.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't really there or not there. So, but you'd obviously know the smart kids. I mean, you'd always know. So there we were. We were given
But for you already, you have a scholarship.
yeah.
You never
So it
know.
wasn't really applying. The rebate thing wasn't for me because I had already gotten a merit scholarship. So I was like, okay, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to fourth year.
Yeah.
And you get a first class. How was that for you?
Even before getting to fourth year, so this one project we did in second year, so it took us around 7 months, 8 months.
Okay.
It was when Laravel was very new,
Yeah,
so we had to learn
PHP framework.
the PHP framework on the job.
Yeah.
And the research director told us, I think also the dean or something, our first meeting ever with the client.
Yeah.
So he told us that you guys, your egos are on the line.
When you're presenting or before?
No. When we were given the job,
Okay.
he was like, we know you haven't been trained to do this yet, but you'll still do it.
Okay.
He was like, your egos are on the line.
Yeah.
So we had to prove ourselves.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because he's like...
The other guy also was a gentleman or?
all of us were dudes. We were 5 kids, five young men. We were given the thing to do. We had to design the whole system.
Who was project managing that?
Ourselves.
Oh, okay.
So we had a faculty
You learned
member.
on the job for sure.
So we had a faculty member to supervise. At the time, he was working on his PhD.
Okay.
So he was a bit busy, and our thing was moving very fast. So we managed
7
ourselves.
months is nothing, man.
And at the time, so let me just give you an just to understand what we did. So this is when so all this GCP AWS was very very famous. So there was a server on campus that
local server.
Yeah, that it wasn't just local, but obviously it was open to the internet that we had to provision ourselves. So we had to design the thing. So we didn't have front end by all these fancy weird titles people have nowadays. We did everything, So you had to learn on the thing and just get the job done. So which was a big advantage. So to the extent where now you're clearing. You're getting to third year, second year, fourth year. You're a bit demoralized in a way because it's like you've already seen the end of the movie. So we delivered the thing. The project was to Clinton Health Access Initiative, and they were working with
huge.
They're working with the Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
So it was deployed. On a live server, on a proper URL.
Now I'm tempted to ask, how much did you make?
Now, we were paid, and we were so happy because we were paid. We didn't expect to be paid.
Yeah.
So, that money was sweet. Because I was sure, I was like, so I can get paid for this thing.
Yeah.
No, it was shocking. So, so even before getting to the fourth year thing and the first class story, so after that thing, I just got into Biashara. I defaulted to my settings.
Now there's money in this business.
So after that, there's money in this thing. Yeah. So I started looking for gigs.
Okay.
So there was a friend of mine who was mentoring me at the time, and he was in Biashara. So and I looked at his business's website and told him, this thing looks bad. I can do a better job.
in entrepreneur, that's the first line.
Yeah, so he gave me the gig. I did it, and I didn't know how to price it. So I had to ask my lecturer. My lecturer was like, so I did a thing. How do I price this thing? And she's like, I don't know, you'll charge them this money. I still charge a good amount.
That was your first gig?
That was my first gig outside. Outside now. In tech now. That was like my first gig in tech.
Yeah.
Then after that, this same client gave me another job within his same business. Like I need a scheduling system for my vehicles.
Nice.
He had like a vehicle rental business.
Yeah.
Like a chauffeur rental business.
Yeah.
So like top of the range cars. So he wanted a way to manage his resources. So, and he was like, I want something to do this so that I can know what vehicle is where. So I did that.
Okay.
That one paid better.
Kaka, why are you not? You should put figures into.
No, I mean
into better and.
No, it actually paid better. It was
paid and you got paid.
So I was in second year and it was 6 figures.
Yeah. $1 million or.
No, I mean
like hundreds of thousands.
Like 7 figures.
Hundreds of thousands.
It was a good number.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was shocked. I was like, so I can really get paid for this thing.
Okay.
So in a sense, now you're in a position where you're like, do I even finish school? This school thing.
Conflicted.
It's a bit conflicting. Yeah. So do I stall this thing? But I still had to finish.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I need to complete this phase.
Yeah.
It's important, obviously, because
even at that age.
Yeah, because also let's say if you want to progress career-wise, there are places you do, and not even that. My aim was to do a PhD.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my aim. Was like I want to do a PhD. I can't do it without a degree.
Yeah.
So that's why I actually finished. I was like, let me just finish. Not even because of home or anything. I would have dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just finish this thing. I don't want to defer. I'll just finish within the 4 years.
Yeah.
So after that, I did that. After that project, I did some few websites here and there. And that's when now I started a startup.
Nice. What is the first startup?
It's called Sokolote.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eddie,
Yeah.
I don't want to rush you
Yeah,
because
I know.
this is quite interesting. Quite interesting. And you see now, this says a whole story that you're building here is all new knowledge, even for future Eddies to come and listen to the journey.
Yeah.
And all the challenges, tribulations.
100%.
And actually, even we have not gotten to the real deal.
know,
Because there's
like,
a real deal. There's a real deal. There's a
exciting
whole
side,
thing. We have not talked about communities.
Yeah.
We have not talked about what you are doing right now.
Yeah.
All the startup you started then. So I would ask we pause here. And then when we come back, we dig deep.
Yeah.
Because now this is going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.